Hey, so welcome back everybody. Tonight we're going to be looking at CCIV. We actually do like to look at CCIV quite often, so here we are again filming looking at this stock. First things first, is doing tremendously well today. It's up by about 7.22%, up to 7.33 now, and again the price is sat at 28 and 25. If you look at how this one has moved throughout the day, we had a strong push up at open after a very small sell-off, but yeah, strong push up from there. Then we saw a little bit of consolidation, then we saw a lot more consolidation throughout the day before a second push that happened around here, and we saw a big push up in price which took us to highs of the day so far, up at 28.62, fell down a bit from there as you may expect, and again now we are seeing a little bit potentially of a move upwards, which will be good to finish off the day. But ultimately I don't think that CCIV can mess this one up. The stock is doing tremendously well today. We're going to be looking at how it has been moving, obviously doing that analysis on the stock as well. We've done fundamental analysis on the company before, we will do so again in the future, so don't worry. If you do want to see that, drop a comment as well as subscribing. You can subscribe by just pressing the red button, as you will know by now. Join us on Twitter at N2S Finance. You'll see it on your screen right here. We post about all sorts of stuff like we do on the channel, and here as well you can join us on Patreon. You'll see it on your screen, link in the description. Remember, this is not financial advice and it is just my personal thoughts and opinions and should be taken as nothing more than that. So last time we looked at this stock, I believe it was Monday, and Monday actually was a very good day for CCIV. Coming out from last week and also into this week, we saw some very strong growth for this stock, and that has continued into today, which is fantastic. So Thursday of last week was a pretty mixed day, quite flat, ever so slightly to the downside. Friday, bit of strength coming in, but again a relatively flat day. Big jump up on Monday, so that's good. We started off the week on about $27, or at least somewhere in that range, before falling down to the $26 range, to the mid 26s, and then we actually came back up to the very high 26s, broke past 27 a couple of times. We're not able to stay there up until this point here at 27.17. From there we actually fell down a bit further, so we weren't able to stick there, fell down to 26.48. so fortunately for us, we were able to remain in the $26 range, which is good. And again then we saw a second push down to the $25 range, but again that did not last. We remained above that for quite some time, and again as soon as we dipped there we came back up out of it, and then we have started this growth again. So Wednesday today we've seen some big growth, as I mentioned at the start of the day. From there we actually saw that very slow and steady consolidation upwards before this big explosive breakout towards the end of the day, which is fantastic. And again the past 5 days now, and even into the past month for CCIV, is looking really bullish. So in the start of June, we saw this big rally upwards, taking us to about the 9th. Now from the 9th, a bit of a sell-off, that was bound to happen, I believe. And again, a sell-off is not necessarily bad if it is going to bring the price back down a bit, as people are taking profits, as I'm sure they were with this stock. So a few people taking profits, I do believe. From there, a bit of consolidation for about a few days. And again, after that consolidation, big rally upwards, and we are seeing this continue into today. Now when we move over to the more complicated charts over here on the more technical charts, we can see good things for today, and we can see how the stock has been moving throughout the day. So overall we are seeing a volume figure today, if it will let me show you guys. Let's get a 1 month look at it. So volume figure today of about 16.31 million, which is good. If we look at how the stock has actually been moving throughout the day, we're seeing a moving average figure down here of 28 and 16. So we are trading above the moving average, which is good. We've seen an RSI figure down here at 62. So 62 is ever so slightly towards the overbought side. We are not there yet. Obviously, guys, 80 would be overbought. Now we were actually at overbought a little bit of a while ago up here, where we hit over 80. So yes, we were overbought up here, but we've cooled down a bit ever since. We actually dipped down to the 40s, I believe, and then from the 40s now we're coming up a little bit, as we are seeing that little bit of a rally upwards towards the end of the day. So it is expected to follow that, and volume is clearly following as well towards the end of the day. So the MACD figure down here is looking pretty bullish in my opinion. We can see it is in the green, if you guys can see that. So yes, red earlier, and now it's flipping back up to green, which I believe is good. And again, out to the past 5 days, we are seeing also pretty good things for the stock. So on the 5-day charts, average is 27 and 45. We've seen an RSI of 69, so coming towards 70. And again, that is coming more towards the overbought side now. Again, 80 would be overbought, so we sat roughly on 70, so 69 ever so slightly towards the overbought side, about 10 points off it, but you know what, that is where we are sat. And again, pretty bullish so far on the MACD, but it is cooling off ever so slightly and potentially pointing downwards on this little part here, but so far it is looking good in my opinion. Past month, again, we are seeing a moving average figure of 21 and 9, and we are seeing an RSI of 69 again, so again, it is slightly overbought, or at least coming towards the overbought side on the past 30 days, and we can see that over here, the MACD is pretty bullish in my opinion. I'm happy to see that. So overall, what I can tell from today, it's been a really good day for CCIV, and this is what we have been seeing now for the past week or so, because you can see on this chart here, basically things are picking up for the stock, and they really should be in my opinion, because when we look out to the past 3 months, you guys will see the trend that we have been seeing. We saw this big dip, and this is shown in the moving average. So a big dip down here, as you can see, took us down to this point here at $17, or even slightly lower than that. So 17, I believe, was really undervalued for this company. And yes, we did have that big pump earlier in the year, around January, I believe it was. So January, February, yes, we had this big push upwards, which took us to about the $60 range. And I think that was overvalued. But ever since then, the interest in SPACs from investors, generally speaking, went down. There was not a lot of SPACs really that remained in the prices that they were, because if you remember back in January and February, people were buying SPACs all over the place. They were the hot thing on the market, everybody could make money with them, buying them early on, and obviously selling them as they went closer to the merger. But what we had with CCIV was slightly different. We had a SPAC merger, which was so highly anticipated that just rumours alone sent the price rocketing from about $10 all the way up to about $52. So you can see how massive that was. I did think it was extremely overvalued at that point. Now, we had that massive dip in price due to the fact that people were taking profits. It was kind of overvalued in my opinion. And obviously, on top of that, the market was not performing well for SPACs. And actually, it wasn't performing too well in general. But yeah, we did actually have that fall subsequently. And then CCIV was sat flat for a long time. Now, so far, we've seen a few SPACs actually come back into interest, and CCIV does actually have its own catalyst coming up in the next few weeks. Obviously, they do have their vehicles hopefully being produced and coming out to market very soon. On top of that, we actually do have the merger also hopefully happening quite soon. I think people are really seeing the potential of CCIV. And people always ask me, how high do I think that CCIV could go? I think this one does have some real potential. I've heard a few $100 price targets being thrown about here and there. I think it is possible. That's just my thoughts and opinions. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow, but I think in the next 12 months, this stock could potentially be valued at between $50 and $100. I think there is quite a lot of potential for CCIV. I think this company, Lucid Motors, does have an interesting business model. I think if their cars do sell as well as they think they are going to, I think they could be onto a winner here and a real Tesla competitor. And you guys all know what happened to Tesla. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen, you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously, it is split into multiple sections. Basically, at the top, we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further, we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs, and other hot stocks, including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well. And we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down, you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes, and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.